We're here again talking about insecure attachment to secure attachment and how we should be recognizing our patterns, our behavior patterns in our relationships, right? We need to recognize, are they anxious, avoidant, or disorganized? Are we not getting what we need out of a relationship, or is our partner not getting what they need out of a relationship? And then we need to know that these attachment styles are not permanent. With awareness, effort, and the right support, we can move into a secure attachment. We just have to put, hard work into it. And we have to be able to recognize where we're at and be honest about where we are at. That's the big one too, is to be honest. So what's another area we can do this with? Well, we can practice emotional regulation. And how can we start doing that? Well, we're going to learn to manage our intense emotions through mindfulness, breathing exercises, or grounded techniques. So we need to understand that when we're caught in an insecure attachment pattern, our emotions can feel very overwhelming, especially when we're triggered by perceived rejection, abandonment, or disconnection. And again, this is probably perceived, may not necessarily be true. And so we're going to learn how to regulate these emotions because it's going to be a foundation to building a secure internal world for ourselves. And so with mindfulness, this can help create a gentle space between stimulus and response. So with consistent practice, you can observe your emotions without being swept away by them. So simply noticing that you feel anxious or this feels like abandonment, but is it really those things? That can begin to rewire our old attachment-based fear loops. So breathing exercises. You can use something like box breathing, where you inhale for 4, you hold for 4, you exhale for 4, and you hold for 4. This can help calm the nervous system quickly. This physiological regulation creates a baseline of safety within our bodies, even when your mind feels threatened. And then a grounding technique, so such as the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. So you name 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, etc. And this reminds your body and your brain that you're in the present moment and that we're not back in past experiences where your needs aren't being met. So why does this matter? Well, secure attachment isn't about not having intense emotions. It's about trusting your ability to move through them without losing yourself in the process. So what's another area that we can do this with? Well, we can avoid reacting impulsively, pause and reflect before responding. So insecure attachment often leads to reactive behaviors. So maybe you text frantically when someone pulls away, withdrawing completely after a disagreement, or over-explaining to feel safe. These are attempts to regain control or security quickly, but they usually push others away or deepen our own shame spiral. So how are some ways that we can work through that? Well, you can create space. So that means you're going to pause before replying to a message or speaking in a heated moment. Even just 60 seconds of stillness can help your brain shift from a survival reaction to a thoughtful reaction. Reflect on the story you're telling yourself. What am I afraid of right now? Is this fear rooted in the present or is it rooted in the past? Name the impulse. So instead of acting on it, for example, I want to ghost them right now because I feel rejected, but what I really need is to feel understood in this moment. So why does this matter? Well, pausing allows you to choose your values over your wounds. Secure attachment develops when your actions reflect your truest self, not your oldest fears. So what's another area that we can do this with? Well, we can recognize the emotions are valid, but they don't have to control our actions. So insecure attachment often teaches us to either deny emotions, to be accepted, or to act them out, to be heard. Neither response honors the emotions nor ourselves. So validation. So this means telling yourself, it makes sense that I feel hurt right now without judgment. All emotions are signals. They're not necessarily threats. Separate feeling from action. So you might feel jealous, anxious, or hurt and still decide not to lash out, shut down, or seek external reassurance. This is where power actually lies. Practice emotional literacy. By naming feelings more nuanced, instead of just saying angry, try to say, I feel disrespected or I feel dismissed. The more accurately you name that feeling, the less likely it will be to hijack you. And why does this matter? Well, securely attached people don't suppress or over-identify with their emotions. They acknowledge them, respond with intention, and move forward with clarity. So now to my favorite part, the comment section. Do you practice emotional regulation? Is this an easy one for you? Or do you struggle with this? Is this hard? Are you still living in the past and your emotional reactions are showing that you're living in the past and you're unable to move forward and get the kind of relationship you want right now? Drop a comment. Let's hear that. Let's hear if you're stuck, and let's hear if you have started to work through this, or if you're in a space where you have worked through this and are in a more secure attached style in your relationships. Let's get the conversation started.